Hey everybody, good morning. At least it's still morning where I live. I'm in the Midwest and Central Time zones. So my name is Chris Rosencrans and I am a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus. And what that just means is that I have helped a lot of people personally, and my team has helped a lot of people feel better and look at the opportunity at making this a business and a job. And it's been an awesome journey. So I have been with this company for 8 years, 8.5 years. I don't want to skip the half because that's pretty important that I'm in my ninth year of doing this or nearing that. And what's really cool about that is that I was a teacher for 18 years. And so it kind of blows my mind that I've almost done Plexus half of my teaching career. It just blows me away. But when I started these products, I started the products for both my health and for the business because my health needed it. My husband and I both started the products together. We both didn't feel well. Um, he was 40, I was nearing my 40s, and I was having these things pop up. And I just thought it was because I was getting older and just figured, you know what, this must be what it's like to be getting close to 40. And so I just wrote a lot of them off. I ate pretty good, probably the 80-20 rule. I didn't need to lose weight. I had done that. I'd worked really hard and ate like a rabbit in order to do that and ran a lot of miles. And I was working out every day. I started doing some weight training in my home and I was eating pretty good. I ran around a gym with, kids and teaching games every day. And so I was pretty active. I was on my feet all day long. Taught 4 days a week, had 3 kids of my own that were in school. So lived a very busy life. Um, but I didn't feel good. I was kind of perky. I've always been a joyful person, had a perky personality, but I didn't feel that way. Or when I would get home, I would crash. I'd be exhausted and the moods were starting to shift. I was noticing things in my cycle, in my monthly cycle, and just stuff would pop up with my skin and my mood again, and just I have my cravings and the things that I was didn't struggle with before. I started to struggle with, and just things started to progress, and it really did make me think this is what it means to be getting close to 40. But then I saw a dear friend of mine posting about Plexus and I'd heard of it and I'd actually researched it and looked into it a little bit and then just kind of was skeptical and was like, you know what? We just need to eat and exercise, eat well and exercise and drink your water. And that's what's going to keep me healthy. And that's what had done it for me for several years. But I was nearing that, like, okay, now what? Because I'm doing those things, but I still don't feel good. I'm crashing on the couch at 8 p.m. and I have night sweats every night. And I'm crabby and it's affecting my home life and my teaching life, and just things were not going well. And I was sick of it. So I started to pay closer attention to what she was sharing about gut health and blood sugar balance and how that can affect your moods and your bathroom visits and your skin and your cycle and all of those different things. And my husband had some pretty significant health issues that his doctor was concerned about at the same time. And after watching her post, we both were like, you know what, we need to do this. So we dove in head first and we ordered the products together. And I started to share right away because the second piece to my story is that we financially were struggling and we just were living paycheck to paycheck. We were able to pay the bills, but there wasn't a lot left over. And adding this to our budget line seemed a little bit daunting to me, but we were committed we said 6 months. Let's see how we feel after 6 months. Let's just, because we know that, we can't just turn this over overnight. Like we don't just, and not just because of my experience in health, that field, and knowing that you can't just exercise for a month and expect all the things to happen. You can't just eat good for a month and expect for all your goals to be reached. It has to be done over time. So we knew that and we went into it, but that financial piece worried us. So I dove in right away and I started sharing on social media just our experience that we were going to take the products. And I just help people learn alongside of me because I really didn't know, even though I had this extensive health background, and I really knew a lot about nutrition and health and fitness and all of that stuff because through my own experience and through my schooling, I didn't know a lot about gut health and supplements and how our bodies are deficient and all of that. And so I dove into that education and I became a huge believer not just because of what I was sharing, but also because of what I was seeing happen in my own health and my husband's health. We felt so much better. It was really the missing piece. We noticed that we weren't as exhausted. My moods leveled out after several months. I noticed that my skin cleared up. I wasn't breaking out every month. I wasn't having like the light switch go on a week before my cycle showed up and like where my moods were crabby. I could tell that I wasn't, I didn't have those hot button issues where things bugged me as quick. My husband felt so much better. He had chronic gut aches and bloating that really bothered him. He was self-diagnosed with some bathroom and gut issues that he struggled with, IBS type stuff. And he did have high blood sugar numbers, high cholesterol that his doctor was very concerned about. And he just started feeling better. Like heartburn went away, a lot of different things. And that happened over the course of those first few months. They were slowly disappearing. And in that time, I learned so much about how gut health affects absolutely everything. And because of my sharing and just being open to that and being willing to share the information that I was learning and our own experience and other people's experiences, people started to pay attention and joined us for their own personal health. And then when they saw victories, they started sharing it with their friends and family, and it just kept going. And it was literally that domino effect that you hear about, that ripple effect that you hear people talk about. That is really what happened. It started to affect all these people's lives, and it just got bigger and bigger. And over the course of the next year, it was about 14 months later, and this is different for everybody, but just because people were so excited and they were really willing to share, and they weren't worried about what people thought, they just went for it. We reached a top rank in the company that really it matched and I couldn't hardly believe it, but that rank matched my 18-year teaching career. And I came to a point in my teaching career that I was able to decide to stay home, which had been kind of a long time coming, dream of mine. My kids were in school and, I missed those beginning years when they were little and I could be home, but I still desired to have more time to do things that with them that I couldn't do when I was teaching. Things like driving to field trips, being a room mom of some sort, helping the teachers in some way, volunteering in the building, just having time and the freedom to be able to do those things. And I was able to make that decision. So it was a pretty awesome experience to be able to hit that even 18 years in. And now I still get to help people. I still get to help people with their health and achieve different victories in that way. And I get to educate and all of that, but it's just looking a little bit differently. And then I get to help other people do the same for their friends and family. So this has been an awesome journey. Not only we love the products, but I also love this business for how it's created freedom in my life. We were able to actually pick up our entire family and move in the middle of a pandemic when things were very uncertain. My husband had the freedom to just quit a job. He didn't have to find a job in our new home. He was able to just take a month off of work and find that, and then he had the freedom to find something that was in his field without the pressure of doing it like in a specific amount of time. But yeah, it was pretty amazing. So we are just so thankful for the experiences that we've had, and yeah, just what this has allowed us to do, and also just the team that we have with doing this with us. So with that being said, my dear friend Rhonda is going to share her story too. And so I'm going to hand it over to you, Rhonda.
Thank you, Chris. Like Chris said, my name is Rhonda Bouwman. I am a senior Ruby with Plexus, and I have been here for about 7.5 years. So, which is crazy, hard to believe. The time has flown, but I started for the products. I was kind of the epitome of looking healthy on the outside, but feeling terrible on the inside. I had horrible sleep issues, insomnia, my energy levels were crazy, taking 3-hour naps, and barely getting through the day, having to set my alarm to pick the kids up from school at 3 o'clock. And so I wouldn't sleep through. Hair loss, I had gradual weight gain. The scariest thing was my heart palpitations that had sent me to the ER because I thought I was having a heart attack, and I mean, we're continuous, like nonstop. But of course, tests came back and everything was fine. There was no solutions except to avoid stress. So, which is kind of impossible. Another issue I had too was I was hypoglycemic. I had huge sugar cravings and issues to the point of shaking if I would start my day out with too many carbs, if I didn't eat regularly. I was just a mess, you guys. I was a mess. And what I didn't realize was how much it was affecting family life and my husband. Um, I mean, my husband's not a complainer, so he just kind of rolled with the punches and tried to pick up the pieces where he could. But Chris had made a post about energy, and that was like the post that got me. And so I messaged her and I was like, I need that pill that you're selling that gives you more energy. And so I got a good education and got help from her and how everything is tied together. And I got started on the products, and I told myself I was going to commit to them for 6 months. That's what she wanted from me. And I thought, well, if I'm diving in, then I'm going to really dive in and I'm going to commit to this. It was actually my husband that said, yes, it is time. I don't care about the money. I don't care about anything. You're in your 30s. This is not normal. And it's time to get to the root of what's going on because the doctors are not helping. So I did. I dove in, you guys. I started with that pink drink, and results vary for everyone, but within 2 days, my sugar cravings and the shaking were gone. And I was blown away. And gradually, as I added in the other products, I mean, I have a huge list of things that I had wrong with me because that's one thing I did prior to starting was make a list of every single thing. And I'm going to tell you, every single thing is marked off that list. It took care of my athlete's foot. I don't get heart palpitations anymore. My weight is manageable now. And yeah, I'm a lifer, forever grateful because I don't want to go back to how I felt in my 30s. And here I am in my mid 40s with 50 right around the corner. And I'm like, I feel better than I did in my 30s than I do in my 40s. So sorry, I said that wrong. I feel better in my 40s than I did in my 30s. So super grateful. And yeah, I decided to start sharing because my husband told me it was time to go back to work. And I wasn't ready for that. So I had been an at-home mom. It took me a long time to get used to being an at-home mom. I always thought I would be someone that would work. But my firstborn was a preemie and in the hospital for a solid month. And it was, he needed his mom. I couldn't go to work. He needed me. And so it took probably 2 to 3 years for me to adjust to being an at-home mom. And so by the time my husband told me it was time to go back, I was very well adjusted to not working outside the home. So I saw what Chris was doing and I saw that she was having a lot of success. And I honestly just thought, why not me? I mean, Chris is a great leader, an awesome coach. If she can do it, I can do it. It really didn't make sense for me to go get a traditional job. My husband is a business owner and he has demands that need his attention. And so I can't always, he can't pick up the kids. He can't drop the kids off at school. He can't help with dinner because he works long hours. So we needed something flexible and we wanted to be there for our kids for their sporting events, their after school activities. I wanted to be there when they were home. And this seemed like a perfect fit. I'd never sold anything in my life. I wasn't a fan of MLMs, to be honest. I actually talked a little bit negatively about them. Now I think they're the best thing in the world. But I was like, why not? Why not? And so I dove in, and my husband was very supportive. He gave me the time to build the business because it does take time, you guys. Like, if you really want to pour into this, like, it does take time to build things up. And now looking back, I mean, we have created a residual income for our family. My husband plans to retire in the next 5 to 10 years. And this is going to be what's going to supplement our income. It's been a huge blessing to our family. I'm able to pay for my oldest son is now 19, that little preemie I was telling you about. And I'm paying for his college education through my Plexus money. And so I just believe that this opportunity is for everyone who wants it. We have a product that is literally for everyone. So kids, moms, dads, grandparents, um, and it's a product that can change lives, both health-wise and financially. And that's my story.
Oh, I love it, Rhonda. Thank you for sharing. I love everything you said. I would love to go over it all again and have this conversation with you about it. But you guys, I love how Rhonda ended that with this is for everyone. We have a product that literally everyone can use from infants actually to 99 and beyond. And we have had customers from infants to 99 and beyond. So it really is for everybody. We have something here for everyone. The fitness guru, the people who take care of themselves, the people who need help that, their medications aren't working, just we all need this. And so it's a needed product, but so is the business. And it's something that, like Rhonda said, it's flexible. You can do it from home. I started off as a part-time job. It was a side gig for me because I was still teaching. I was teaching a year and a half when I first began my Plexus business, and I did it in between things. I did it, sorry, there's a fly. I did it in between, like I did it in between on my day off. I did it at night after my kids went to bed. That's when I built my business. It was something that I could do any time of the day. And I'm just so grateful for that. And now I can be home and I have flexibility to fit it in the normal times of my day. So it just really is. Sorry that fly, you guys. It's like landing on my eyelashes. Anyways, so real people here, real people with real stories, working mom, a stay-at-home mom that built this business to amazing places because a product that works, a business that works, and it literally is for anyone and everyone. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. If you have any questions, reach out to your friend that shared this with you. And yeah, we're all an open book. We love to share our stories. So thanks for listening. Have a great day.